Everybody, it's George. It's the Morning Grind, Charity TV, the Morning Grind. Reason why it's the Morning Grind, it is freezing cold. Hold on a minute, let me take a drink. There is nothing like nice hot coffee, especially in a cold morning. Sitting here in the office, it is like bitter cold outside. I mean, it is so cold, it's unbelievably, it's probably like negative 5,000 or something, I don't know. It's freezing cold now. I just went out of the office and it's snowing. Boy, do I love the winter. So last week, the reason I wanted to do this version of Charity TV, The Morning Grind, is last week I wrote a blog called The Secret. And what The Secret has to do with is something that came from pardon me, it's the coffee making me clear my throat. What it did was it came from something I had learned. And what I wanted to do was beforehand, I wanted to reach out and say, okay, here, understand this. All right, so where I got this idea, this whole idea about these auction items came from what I learned from all these other groups. But there is a big disparity or a big misnomer or charities across North America don't understand. A lot of a lot of our affiliates and our representatives talk to charities out there and they about our auction items and the need for them, but they don't understand it. In fact, they say, oh no, we don't work with consignment items, or we have to have 100% donated items. I understand and I respect that, but what they don't get is they shut themselves off to education. They shut themselves off even to hearing why the use of this is so vitally important. Now, I'm probably going to say the wrong numbers, but I'm going to be in the ballpark, okay? So after hearing this from so many different charities and hearing it, I thought I would go back and explain the background. Why there is a big misunderstanding about the need for consignment items or auction items like you can get from my company or other companies and whatever. It doesn't matter whether you get them from me or you get them from somebody else. I just want you as the charity to understand the reason why having consigned items are so important. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go rewind and go back. About 25 years ago, I was involved in a couple different organizations. Well, actually, several different organizations. And I also worked with other organizations while working with these other ones. But the main one was a group called Ducks Unlimited. Ducks Unlimited is a fundraising machine. What they do is they help wetlands. They help wetlands across the United States. And there's a lot of people. In fact, man, they've got so many members. It's incredible. They are a fundraising machine. I mean, I'm telling you, down and dirty fundraising machine. So I went over to, and you can check this out. So check me out here. There's a website called Charity Navigator, charitynavigator.org, charitynavigator.org, and I ran Ducks Unlimited just to check so I had the correct numbers. And I believe it was either 193 million or 195 million. They did, let's just say it's 195 million. Last year they did 195 million dollars net. That's profit. Now, Ducks Unlimited, these people, they understand it. They get it. So what they do, along with other organizations in and around them, in fact, I'm helping one right now, Rough Grouse Society. They give a catalog to their chapters, and they have chapters all across North America, which are fundraising machines for the mother charity, DU. That's what Ducks Unlimited is called, lovingly called Ducks Unlimited. And I love Ducks Unlimited too, by the way. Very incredible group, and the people are fantastic. So, in fact, we help a lot of them around the country. So, they send this book out to all these chapters. These chapters open up the book, and they see all these great items, and they tell their employee of Ducks Unlimited, who's called a regional director, it's basically a unit area supervisor, who helps all the volunteers, the fundraisers. They tell them, okay, we want all this. This is incredible stuff. It's really great stuff. But here's the caveat. They are paying for those items. Those items ultimately come out of the gross of the event. And stop. They're paying for the items, and they come out of the gross of the event. Now, at the end of the event, the regional director who's in charge of the fundraising. So is Rough Grouse. So is Ducks Unlimited. So it's Ducks Unlimited, National Wild Turkey, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. All these Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, they all do the same thing. So they take it off the gross of the event, and that gives them the net. Well, Ducks Unlimited, also NRA. If you're an NRA member, NRA does the exact same thing. They get it. They got to have good items. They have to have good items. Now, how does this equate over? So when I left those groups and I became a national fundraiser, professional fundraiser, I sent out, I started out into the wide world of charities. I found out there's 104 million charities. So I believed then, because I believed I was wrong, that these 104 million charities would understand the need to have these great items that they would ultimately have to pay for. Boy, was I wrong. Okay, so when I first started out, man, it was like climbing up Mount Everest, backward, trying to get these charities to understand the need for it. All right, so they made 195 million. These other charities doing the same thing. I was sitting in NRA headquarters and speaking to their national director of development, and I'm going to tell you exactly what this person said to me. She said, he or whatever, said, George, we don't want our chapters to have donated items. Donated items are shit. And that's exactly the words they use. Donated items are shit. We can't raise any big money with them. My camera's out of focus. We can't raise any big money with them. So we want them to have good items because good items return great returns. ROI, return on investment. So if they have an item that's $200 or whatever, it's going to sells for $500. They know they're going to make great money. So, knowing all this, I bring it over, trying to convince charities, and I hear the same thing. A lot of charities do it. More and more charities are doing this, that, and the other. But we still hear from charities that they don't want to work with consignment items. They don't want that. They have to have donated items. And everybody says, well, why would I want to pay you for items when we can get donated items? Look, I've run this thing into the ground with my other video blogs, haven't I? I've told you that donated items are going for about an eighth to quarter of retail. And check me and listen. And if you think otherwise, you don't know what you're talking about. I'll tell you the truth. You have no clue what you're talking about. Because I live, eat, and breathe this stuff. I love fundraising. So I like watch it. I'm like crazy nuts over it. Right on crack about fundraising. So gift baskets, gift certificates. I've told you this. How many times have you bought yourself a gift certificate? Never. That's why they're called gift certificates. You give away as gifts, right? So gift baskets. Everybody believes gift baskets are it. But then I ask all my clients across the country, hey, how many times have you given away gift baskets for Christmas? Every single time, 0. The reason why, because nobody wants them. So, donated items, and now, to take the donated item that you bring, it's bringing an eighth to quarter of retail, and I've seen it bringing a lot worse, and seen a lot of people get really pissed off because it's sold for next to nothing. Now, imagine the time you've invested to go get that donated item that brought an eighth to quarter retail. You're losing money. You're losing money. Now, so you've got these donated items, and they're not performing. Best place to use donated items, ladies and gentlemen, is in a raffle. I'm telling you, at an event. Raffles are the best thing. Brings 5 to 10 times retail. And if you need any ideas or something, reach out to us and we'll help you. So, rarely a charity gets really good items that can go into a live or silent auction. That's very rare. But mainly the items they get are for raffles. Just the plain truth. Okay, so I'm thinking about it. So one night, I don't know if I was watching TV or I was doing something or out working or something. All of a sudden, the light bulb went off. Bing! Over the top of my head, just like you see in the cartoons. Bing! Light bulb went off. And I thought, well, you know what charities should do? And this is the secret. So, shh, don't tell anybody. I'm telling you. This is between us, me and you, me and you. Here's the secret. Let me look around. Okay. Pardon me. I don't edit my videos. Here's the secret. Most people do sponsorships, right? They do 5,000 gold. This is what we do. Gold, 5,000, 2,500, $1,000. Most of the people can't afford that kind of money. Am I right or am I wrong? They can't afford that. So but they can afford a lot, less, 500, 250, something like that. They can afford less. So why not offer them people? And here's another question. What kind of people out there can't donate anything to you? Professionals, doctors, lawyers, accountants, people at the funeral parlor. No, they're not going to give you a free casket. Don't hit them up or a funeral. Please, please. I've seen urns on silent auctions before. Please. Okay. Professionals, consultants, that they really don't have nothing to give you but money. So why then? Why not offer these items out that are far less, $250, $200, $300, $500, whatever? Go and ask them, hey, how about, can you donate? Would you like to pick one of these items to sponsor? Now, let's just look at this over here. This is a Mike Ditka autographed jersey. Over right there is Ray Lewis autographed, right over Ben. Steelers fans. Right over Ben, it's where Ben Roethlisberger's laying flat down and Ray Lewis is leaning over him and Ben's nose is broke. So, I'm a Ravens fan. So, why not go out and say to them, and well, listen, and if you happen to work with us, we'll make you up a catalog, and you go out and you take, say, 30 items, and we put the cost of nonprofit next to it, and you go out and you ask people to underwrite or sponsor the item. So, Sally Sue Rottencrotch down the road with ABC Realty, you go up to her and you say, hey, Sally, how about sponsoring one of these items? So then she says, oh, sure. I would love to. So then you get, then would she writes you a check? Let's just say the item is $250. She writes you a check to you and she gives it to you for $250. Now, you go over to the catalog that you get from us and you write in this piece, Sally Sue Rottencrotch from ABC Realty sponsored it. Now, say it's $250. Now, our rule for consignment items or for our no-risk auction items is we start the bid at 20% above. 20% above, which is the reserve. So the first bid has to be $300. So we put a little tent card out in front of it that she gets her name marketed. Everybody knows, and you call it out during the event, that she got marketed. Sally Sue Rottencrotch from ABC Realty. They all know it, that you like that name. My father used to say that all the time. So we put it out there. Now somebody bids. Say somebody bids $300, or it goes all the way up to $500, $1,000. Guess what? Sally paid you to pay us. Oh, now you keep $500 or $1,000 or $300, whatever. One bid, you're making $300. Now here's the cool part. Here's where it really gets good. And you should concentrate. In fact, we have a client that gets 90 items sponsored. They put all their effort into this. And they also go get donations. But they really put in a lot of, and they make a lot of money doing this. So what you do is, here's the cool part. Then, if, let's say you put the item out, Sally Sue Rottencrotch, ABC Realty, $300 starting bid, nobody bids. What then? Okay, ready for this? Getting this done benefits us or a company like mine at all. Doesn't benefit us at all. In fact, I'm going to tell you, most companies out there are going to hate this idea, but we're here to help you. I'm not here to hurt you like other companies that just care about the amount of money they're going to make. This is all about you, charity first, right? So you take this item, put it out there, it gets no bids. $300 starting bid, cost of nonprofit $250. Sally Rottencrotch gave you a check, started $300, nobody bids. Now you're thinking, well, and then we pay George and we make $50 and George makes his $250. Wrong. No. We take the item back. You keep the $250 sponsorship fee. Isn't that crazy? Oh, that is the secret. So what you do is, the best way to get consignment items, and these big high profile items which draw a lot of, let me tell you this. We just sent out, in fact, I hope Lorraine Pierce, Brad Pierce, and Scott Pierce comment below. Tell them this story. Write a real long comment. In fact, post a picture. We sent out a New York Yankees World Series ticket collage out to like Idaho or Utah or somewhere to get Idaho. And the cost of nonprofit on that, I think, was $275 or $300 or something like that. It sold for $1,280 two times. Now imagine if they would have had that underwritten. So, which people love these high-end items. They love these really great items. And look, we've got jewelry, which is cheap, $50, $60, $35. You get that done. You can get or decor autographed. You get as much as you want. You can get it sponsored. People, listen. The reason why people will sponsor and will give you money is because they want to see their name, up in lights. So that's the secret. Get them sponsored, and you got no money in it. How about that? Okay, that's our morning grind for today. Take a drink. I hope this helps you out and gets you to understand why consignment items are the best and how you can get around the fact that you have to pay for them. So, if we can help you, you know where we're at. www.bwunlimited.com. B as in boy, W as in William, unlimited.com. That's our website. Find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, all that stuff. We're here to help you. I'm George, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.